YouTube, man. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. Been a long hold out. Started a little early today, as you can tell. Different times. Usually we start at 7:30. Today we're starting at 8. Changed my training plan a little bit there. I was supposed to start back in end of February, start of March, but a lot of commotion in the prop firm industry kind of stopped that journey there. But started April, here we are, about a month later. But besides all that, that's kind of what happened there. Here we are now. Let's get to the bag. A little catch up. We have a challenge here with the forex funder. Good thing is, since they had a big hold up, the whole DX trade, Cabasco and everything, they gave everybody a free %. So as you can see here, I'm already up a %, so we'll use that to our advantage for sure. Still trading gold, supply and demand. Kind of holding off NAS at the moment. Gold has been ripping. I don't know if you've been trading yourself this last month, but I have, just on the live account, not really on the challenges here. But gold for sure has been just all-time highs every day being broken. It's pretty sweet. Let's see what they got in store for us today. Off rip, I could just tell we're kind of moving sideways there. While breaking highs, just had to hit a zone. Today the 8th. No news. Today is Eclipse Monday though. Hopefully you can get outside and see that. No news to worry about. Good. Let's check out our chart here. Start on the 4-hour. Nothing, like I said, just breaking all-time highs every move. We got a supply down here. I don't think we'll reach that during this time. See what else we got. 15-minute. And then a small 15-minute. Isn't the best setup here. But if you look at current price action, broke this high. I wouldn't really expect it to break this high because that is the all-time high there, and there's no news to really push it up at that time, at this moment. If you're new here, first time, or you don't remember, I trade supply and demand. The way I do it, obviously supply and demand. Demand is aggressive buying, supply, aggressive selling. I look for a gap. in my system. It's really got nothing here. Give it a little breakdown real quick. So this is aggressive buying demand. Look for a break of structure. So we broke a structure, aggressive buying with that. Broke that high, made a new high. Now hopefully it makes a new lower low or lower high. And I go off of gaps here. Some people call them, I think, fair value gaps or something like that. I don't know. I just call them gaps. I have a gap from here to here. The aggressive buying started, the candle before that. And I just wait for that zone to come back. Actually draw my box like this. I'm waiting for it to close this gap, tap into my zone here, and it'll go back up. As we see here, closed it with that first candle here, and then the second candle came, closed it there. Still got this much of a gap to get filled. And just wait patiently for that. Got a little bit more. Still got a gap there. And there it is, the gap filled. Now for my entry, once we finally get the zone tap, wait for the break of candle, of the most recent candle. So right here, whatever comes first, either break a candle or my zone being invalidated. If this bottom gets tapped or pushed through, we just leave it. So like that, boom, this candle invalidated that zone. Go ahead, delete that whole zone there. Just wait for the next setup. That's a nice big 8 o'clock candle there. Yeah, that's where things start to get a little trippy. Overall, I say we're in an uptrend. However, we do have a break of structure here. We break the structure here. No, didn't break the structure yet. And we have a gap, or will have a gap probably with the next candle, unless the next candle just comes straight back up. I can see it with that next candle. We will break this right here. I'm liking this instead. Keep my eye on this. A little older, but this is kind of where that blast off to break that new high kind of began. So this is a good setup. And then say we do get something back up into here, we can take a sell to this area. See if there's anything in the higher time frame to kind of aim for. Not really. Just our 5 minute popping off today. Man, oh man, it's been a minute since I've been live. Let's see if I can. Get some things working here. Right now, we're just either waiting for zone to get tapped. Hopefully, before we go back up, this low gets broken. Extend this out. There we go. So we got this low broken. So now this is like a lower low. Now we need a lower high to be created. Come back to our supply. Aggressive selling. Come back to our supply. Get him break a candle. You can either aim here. These lines here. Let's see if I can zoom out. There's a green line here. Also got a down low. A green line there. And these red lines, those represent my previous day high and low. I like those there because it has good support and resistance and good marks to kind of aim for there. So boom, we got two lows broken. Kind of show that trend is a little bit reversing there. Maybe we'll hit this one as well. There's kind of support there in reverse. Maybe we'll just keep breaking down. Possibly hit the zone. I got three EMAs on my screen. I got the 200 here. I have I believe this one is this one is my 13, and then this one is my 50. 50's kind of, I don't really use the 50 that much. Mainly the 13 kind of helps with current trend, and then my 200 helps with my overall trend. We will use those a lot, as you will see that price likes to bounce off or reverse from those areas quite a lot, I will say. Hopefully we get a nice reversal here. Back into our zone. But in the meantime, just wait and see. Previously I used the DXY, but it started to fail me there at the end a little bit. I think a couple trades previously it was pushing down. Usually when it pushed down, gold pushes up. And I got in a nice supply and demand trade, and it just kept proceeding to push down with the DXY. So after that, I was like, it was happening way too many times. Probably there's no point in me using this if the confluence isn't really as strong as I thought it was. I guess I mentioned earlier, so we got Eclipse Monday. And I believe the March Madness finals are tonight. Let's check on that real quick. Oh, it's the girls. Caitlin Clark couldn't pull it off there. She was smacking all tournament though, for sure. Where's Purdue versus Connecticut. That'll be a badass game. Time at 9:30. Check news, right? Anything crazy this week? CPI on Wednesday. Pretty quiet week. Thursday we got a little bit of news coming our way. Same with Wednesday a little bit. As far as today and tomorrow, we got a pretty clean board there. There we go. Broke that low. I'm looking for the sales just because we broke that low. But I will say you could have. It's kind of 3 setups I trade. I trade supply and demand, which is kind of my bread and butter. I trade break and retest. So it's like if we came down here, broke this low, came up, used this as resistance, and then went back down. I won't use that one as much, but it is there. Works sometimes for sure. And then I guess my second one is liquidity grabs, which this kind of just showed right here. Where we got wicks here. I draw it from the body to the lowest wick there. So I can pull this up a little bit. I'm like a swing high or swing low there. So like this one doesn't really have one. As close as one would be like right there, I would draw out, but obviously we're not close to that. And I wait for the wick of current price to wick below that, not close. As soon as it closes below, invalid. So what? Price wicks below, break of candle. So I'm sure trade the same way. Could have had an entry there. 1-to-1. And boom. We'll just be chilling in their setup there, which is not a bad setup. But I was kind of hoping for price to come down here, tap this, and then we would ride it up to there. But the thing with it coming down here, it has to go through the 200 again. Just watch and see the 200 something to go through for sure. It's like going through molasses. You either reject right off of it or keep pushing through. Putting out that liquidity grab in us. I know we're over on an uptrend. That might be for sure something to watch out for. Possible availability entry right here. I don't know if I showed the database of this. I'm not a big fan of this. My first time using it. We'll say not a big fan at all. Like, yeah, I will mainly be using Trading View for sure. Now we gotta be careful from this liquidity grab. I know overall we're in an uptrend there for sure. So what we don't want to get caught in is it comes here, there's a fake out, just create a lower high, and then start going up. Because I have seen that play out sometimes. But hopefully with these breaker candles, breaker structures, in our 15 and our 13 coming up, we start to reject. Approaching our zone again. We have a gap from here to now. Here. Waiting for that gap to get closed, zone to get tapped. Already marked out earlier, we have breaker structure. So three things we're looking for. Breaker structure, gap. The gap get filled. And then for entry, breakup candle. Once we get those three things, just take your trade. There's another low, showing us another low broken. Zoom in for you here. So the gap's completely not filled yet. I don't know if you can see it there. Boom, gap filled. Now, one of two things. Wait for break a candle or a zone to get invalidated. And when this candle is pushing, the stronger the rejection out the zone, even though candle patterns and all that. What a nice rejection out of this. As I mentioned earlier, I kind of think I missed that entry for the liquidity grab. That may want to play out here. Which is alright, because if this breaks this zone, hopefully it keeps going up. Breaks a high, because then we got a new demand set up. Here we go. Nice rejection out of our zone. Entry would be right here. Either this candle flips, or we got break a candle. It was at 8:18. This is why we wait for break a candle, because I've seen enough candles go like this, come down, and then immediately reverse. That's why I either wait for it to flip, hit this point, or we get a break a candle for safe entry. Only time I like aggressive entries, like we have a whole minute left. In a whole minute, this can blow all the way through. It could do something crazy for sure. Like my aggressive entry is closer to like 10-second mark. Like if it was right here at 10 seconds, it'd be a safe kind of trade to get in. But a whole another 45 seconds to kind of see what it wants to do. As soon as it flips to gray there, make sure I'm set up here. We'll be risking one lot. Usually it's 1 point something something, but my zone's a lot bigger. Enter two positions. Oh, this is hideous, sort of. Alright, this is my first time using this system. So let's see here. Brother. 23:38:07. 23:38:07. 23. Oh, okay. I see how that works. This is kind of the trade we're in. I'm not a big fan of this system here. We got in. Trying to see where my 101 is. We got an equivalent, like right here, I'd say. 101, 23:32:02. I have my take profit set. I believe 230202. I don't see a line there. Again, like I said, it's my first time on this. Oh, it should have triggered by now. Boom, we just ended there. Took a nice trade. It's about here. This is my first time using the, I forget what even system they use here. Got it right there. Nice 1 and 2. Like to copy the link here. Here's my trading log. My last trade was a loss. What do we take? We took a sell. Perfect trade, yep. Took it on our challenge account. A nice win. This is my trading log. Everybody should have a trading log. For mine, I put my date, what pair I trade, did I take a buy or sell, was the trade perfect, did I follow my rules, did I stay patient, you know, that type of thing. Was it a live account or a challenge account? And then was it a win or loss? So just, you know. And then you can add your P&L. That's a good point to add in. But since I do live min challenge, I did P&L 1 year and I just got lost. So that was my first trade of the system there. A good trade, it went right to our zone here. Now, the only thing I will say is, it was a beautiful trade, but the way I was in it, I was not the happiest about it, because I'm not really familiar with this system. I believe I thought I had a take profit set. It didn't trigger. So I'm kind of unsure about that there. I will for sure mess around with this system a little bit throughout the week. Again, this is our trade here. That was nice. If I had it set up regularly, how I wanted it, always go for a 1-to-1. So I would have took profit right here, boom. And then, that's why I have 2 setups. One is my 1-to-1. My second one is to my bigger zone. So it would have been right there for sure. But after not seeing my first take profit not trigger, I'm kind of confused there. You'll have to watch some videos or something like that. But that's kind of how I trade there. First day back, pretty good day. Up 2% today. Pretty much all I got here. Enjoy the clips. Enjoy basketball, March Madness game if you watch any. Any questions, drop in the comments. Besides that, have a good one. Peace.